very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Minnesota Vikings. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford, and he fires one that's intercepted.
It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
Out of his end zone, here comes Jalen Reagor. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Stafford. Smith catches left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
The Vikings at 7-8 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. You mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Cook again. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
To throw is Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the 1st down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
Give him 40 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop the throw. And he finds McLaurin.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get 1st downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
First carry here for Kanane Nwangu.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Commanders 7, Vikings 0.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Commanders 14, Vikings 0.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
The 20, 10.
And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
Commanders 21, Vikings nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They run again on first down. Cook. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throw left side complete. That's Love. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Robinson up the middle.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Give left side here for Nwangu.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway
as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford into a double team, and it's intercepted.
It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they scored here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Handoff here to Nwangu. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Second down and 8. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's across the 40 for the extra yards to the 43.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
First down, Commanders.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now a give running left is Nwangu.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And some room to work. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score. Commanders 34. Vikings nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And Rager will not return it, so it'll come out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play action. Stafford on the move to his left.
Smith brings it in, going across the middle.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Stafford now to throw.
This one into the hands of Thielen.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well executed, 22-yard gain.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. Creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Now Stafford. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is third and goal.
Here's Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Strong coverage by Washington. And now fourth down. 4th down, Stafford. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hand off now to Robinson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They'll set up a throw.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
McCann's got it teed up.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New York.
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Here comes Rager.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now they get to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw, Stafford. Throw left side on target to Thielen.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this
for Justin Jefferson, incomplete. Marcy Butler on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
53, ready. 0. 22.
Now Stafford.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, Stafford.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
22.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Stafford. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it'll be intercepted.
It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit him with a big play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Robinson with another carry.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never get in this type of situation again.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Stafford.
Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Stafford. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they come into this 4th quarter deficit.
McCann for the point after.
20.
McCann's got it teed up. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium.